right, so we live. Live on Twitch and live on YouTube. What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another live stream. If you are tuning in, I appreciate the support, man, as always. You already know. Welcome back to another installment of Bebon Unlocked TV. Quite a few topics to get into, guys. We have I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is looking like about, let me see. Excuse me. I don't want to jump the gun. But it's looking like this is going to be 30 minutes minimum, 30 minutes to an hour stream. I have a long topic list. I have two screens in front of me. I have the Mac Pro to the left. I got 4 screens in front of me to my right. We're going to get into it. All right. So I wanted to talk about, well, let's do a recap, right? So there were a couple of notable performances last night. I want to talk about in particular the let me see if I can find it. In particular, hold on. In particular, I want to talk about the not this one. Wrong Samsung. This one. I want to talk about the Lakers game last night. So the Lakers beat the Pelicans last night, 111-103. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a close game for most of the game. Let me fix this real quick. Hold on. It was a close game for the most part. And LeBron did his thing. Luka did his thing. Obviously LeBron is the main I guess you could say story that came out of that game. He got like 30+ points, and he led the Lakers, particularly in the fourth quarter. But let's get into the recap. Okay, so it says, oops, you guys can't even see this. Why the fuck is it like this on this side? Why is it like that? It says New Orleans. It says LeBron James scored 30. Oh, by the way, Trey Murphy, I believe. I think did Trey Murphy have a career high? I don't know if it was a career high. I'm not sure. So Trey Murphy, let me see. So I think he had 40 something, right? Where is it? So yeah, so Trey Murphy, he had let me see if I can find it. So Trey Murphy had 42 points. He had 42. Won 14 for 16, 14 for 26, excuse me, 14 for 26, and he was a -8. Overall, I think he had a pretty good game, but they lost, so I don't think it really matters, but he had a pretty good performance. Now, honestly, you know what? I don't want to get ahead of myself. We'll talk about the Pelicans after, and you'll understand why I'm going to talk about the Pelicans after, okay? But let's get into the recap. So, where's the summary? It says LeBron James scored 30 points. Yo, whoever wrote this, you spelled my boy Luka name wrong, bro. Is this guy can't be from LA. There's no way. No way. So this is LeBron James scored 30 points. Luka Doncic capped his 30-point, 10-assist performance with a pair of off-balance bailout threes as the shot clock wound down, and the Los Angeles Lakers held off the reeling New Orleans Pelicans 111-103 on Tuesday night. Let me show you that sequence though. That was a pretty hilarious sequence. So Luka, you know what? I'll just have you guys look at it. I'll just have you guys check it out. Yo, Luka loves talking to the fans. Well, talking shit to the fans. So the fan goes, "You're trash," and Luka just hits a fucking fall away 3. I think jumping out of bounds, and he's like, "What the fuck you say, motherfucker? What did you say?" No, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. But back to the recap. So it says that DeAndre Ayton had 18 points and 11 rebounds for the Lakers, who won for the 4th time in their past 5 games, while sending the Pelicans to their 8th straight loss. Trey Murphy scored a career high 41 points. Zion Williamson scored 15 points, and Ricky Derrick Queen had 10 points and 13 rebounds for New Orleans, which led as many by 9 points late in the third quarter. The Lakers opened the fourth quarter on an 18-4 run that included 2 deep threes by James, a 3 by Dalton Knecht, and a pair of baskets in the paint by Ayton. The surge put Los Angeles up 97-90, and the Pelicans could not get closer than 4 after that. Neither team led by more than 7 until Carlo free throws gave New Orleans an 83-74 lead late in the fourth quarter, and James' free throw on a breakaway dunk quickly trimmed the Lakers' deficit. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My takeaway from that game, though, in general, is that LeBron James is still LeBron James. Now, obviously, Luka is the face of the franchise. From a pure business standpoint, the Lakers would be complete idiots, right? To not let me switch my screen. To not make Luka the focal point. He's younger. LeBron's 40. As great as LeBron is, Luka's younger. He's 26. And as great as LeBron is, at some point you have to move on, right? Now, not to say that, is the end all be all, because I think LeBron still has like a year or two left in him. But I kind of think what LeBron said post games can sort of kind of put to rest this narrative that he doesn't like to play with Luka Doncic. Now, granted, I can understand why people think that. Now, LeBron James is looking to get a contract extension in the offseason, but they never had conversations with the Lakers. And the main topic of discussion, I guess you could say surrounding LeBron James, is what is he going to do after the season? Well, there's not really much we can make of it until it actually happens. So we'll see. But LeBron had some things to say post game, and we're going to play a couple clips. So there was one in particular that I wanted to show you guys where he says, Luka don't need to bend his game. He's our 27-year-old franchise for this ball club. It's up to us to bend our game around him and figure it out. Now, as you can see in the caption, I put, Luka speaks on LeBron being the face of the franchise, and that it's up to the rest of the team, including himself, to figure out ways to fit around him. Doesn't sound like a guy who doesn't like playing with Luka. Check this out. Oops, my bad.
After the trade for Luka, there was a moment narrative-wise, and I know you heard it because you mentioned it, about how you might not be able to fit together, and you fit around all kinds of different players throughout your career. How important is it for this team? You just talked about it, but for Luka to bend his game around you, for Austin to bend his game, and for you guys to all kind of figure out.
Luka don't need to bend his game. Luka is 20. How old is Luka? 27. 20. He's our 27-year-old franchise for this ball club. He don't need to bend his game. It's up to us to bend our game around him and figure it out. So, we just try to be dynamic, work off of him. We know he's an unbelievable pick and roll player, unbelievable shot maker. He commands the defense. He had 4 eyes, sometimes 6 eyes on him. So it's up to us to put ourselves in the right position. So it's not a problem for me. It's not an issue for me to be able to do things that I don't know.
I mean, look at the stats, man. And I know you guys don't like to, like when I cut off the clips, but I just have to marvel at the greatness of LeBron James. Not trying to sound like a fanboy here, but 21 points, shooting 50% from the field, 5 rebounds, almost 7 assists per game. I don't think we've seen this from any player at his age, ever in the NBA. So you gotta appreciate greatness, man. You have to.
I just don't think people watch it.
By the way, if you're watching this live stream, I appreciate the support. Make sure you drop a like on this video. It will help with the algorithm. Help the channel grow, so I appreciate you guys.
After the trade for Luka, there was a moment narrative-wise, and I know you heard it because you mentioned it, about how you might not be able to fit together, and you fit around all kinds of different players throughout your career. How important is it for this team? You just talked about it, but for Luka to bend his game.
Yeah, man. So LeBron also spoke about there was something else that he said. He said, well, actually, I don't know I don't know what time they're playing tonight, but he was asked if he's going to play tonight against the Spurs, and this was his response. It was hilarious. Every back-to-back for the reason of the season is TBD. I am 41. I got the most minutes in NBA history. Bank it right now. What are we talking about? It's pretty hilarious, guys. Check this out.
It's TBD for San Antonio.
You guys know that.
I gotta ask.
You guys know that. You gotta ask for it. I'm 41 years old. Of course, there's always every back-to-back.
Didn't look like it.
Every back-to-back for the rest of the season is TBD. I am 41. I got the most minutes in NBA history.
True.
Bank it right now, okay? What are we talking about?
It's just you don't look like you're 41 on the court.
But I am.
Now I'm not gonna lie, man. With that receding hairline, and I fuck with Bron, one of the goats. That nigga look. I'm not gonna lie. LeBron's looked 40 since he was like 16 years old. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's just my opinion, but You know, but he does have the body of like a 16-year-old, right? He's always fit, you know. So I guess he has that working for him, plus the money.
December 30th, 1984, 4:39 p.m. That's when I was born.
Oh, I never knew your birth time before.
I ain't got, you know, when I came out, slapped the doctor in the ass. All right, I'm
He said when I came out, I slapped a doctor in the ass.
Just
That's hilarious. Make sure y'all drop a like on this stream, man. Make sure y'all drop a like on the stream. All right, so I want to transition to, so we all know the Lakers won the game last night, right? And as a matter of fact, shout out to NBA Absy. Shout out to NBA Absy, man. He dropped the highlights of LeBron James. What the fuck? Wrong page. There you go. He dropped the highlights of LeBron's 30-point performance. Let me see if I can find that for you guys.
Off by
That's not it.
from Maryland.
Nah, where is it? Is this it here?
LeBron is way.
Where is it?
Wherever you may be. LeBron is
I mean, if I can't find it here, then that means because they're gonna copyright me on Instagram, not Instagram, but YouTube and shit.
from Maryland.
Where is it? No, I know Absy dropped it. I saw it last night. Absy always drops the highlights. Maybe he didn't. Maybe I'm tripping. I could have sworn he dropped the highlights. Well, nonetheless, LeBron James had 30 points. And Trey Murphy also had I don't think it was a career night for him. I think he may have dropped more than 40 points. I don't know in his career, but nonetheless, it was a good game from him. And Zion Williamson did his thing. But I want to transition to a different topic, okay? And as a Pelicans fan, guys, if you're a Pelicans fan, just sit back and just sit tight, okay? So Zion Williamson has made headlines. And for all the wrong reasons, okay? So apparently Zion Williamson is the BBL bandit. Okay? I'm not joking. He's the BBL bandit for real. So a report came out saying that Zion Williamson is getting exposed yet again by an OnlyFans model. The woman claims that Zion Williamson could be the father of her child and is asking for a DNA test on Instagram. And she also posted a video that allegedly shows Zion Williamson and a screenshot of an alleged $2,000 Zelle transfer that he made to her. Now, I posted the news on the page because, you know, we always going to support our shit, right? Shout out to whoever I just looked at, by the way, to get that. But I put it here. And my initial thought was, nah, Zion, bro, you gotta lock in. You gotta lock in, bro. Now, before I play the video, though, before I play the video, I want to show you guys this hit piece that they put out, where they basically explained Zion Williamson's, I guess you can say, obsession with BBL, OnlyFans models, I guess. I don't know. So it says, NBA fans disturbed by latest Zion Williamson's allegations. He needs help. Unfortunately, New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson is once again making headlines for the wrong reasons. Back in 2023, adult film star Mariah Mills accused Williamson of cheating. She threatened to leak her alleged sex tapes online. Nearly 2 years later, another woman who allegedly had a multi-year relationship with the former number 1 pick filed a lawsuit against him. She accused the former Duke star of displaying abusive, controlling, and threatening behavior. It didn't take long for those allegations to get shot down. You know, these bitches just be lying about shit. My bad, females. Now, just to show you guys, this is I'm assuming this is Mariah, you know, the female. Now, this is who Zion, this is the type of shit Zion's into. Now, I don't understand. I will never understand why niggas go for shit like this, especially niggas that has millions of dollars. You can get any female in the world, bro, and you pick this. Now, let me play the clip of the most recent OnlyFans star, or she's not a fucking star. Why the fuck did I say that? OnlyFans random chick. She had a recording of Zion.
What are you doing now? What light? Oh, is that heat though? Or just like...
Oh no, the real heat comes out of that.
Oh, look at the boat.
I don't understand why these chicks, I can't think of any other reason why these chicks would record these NBA players or these celebrities in general other than clout. I can't think of any other reason other than clout. This shit is just weird to me, bro, but you can't really get mad at the I mean, they put themselves, these guys, these celebrities and famous NBA players put themselves in these positions, man. It's just...
Look at the boat. What are you doing now?
That's crazy. Let me show you a picture of the child she's alleging could be Zion's. They were also saying it could be another guy. So I read a post, and I don't know if this is accurate, but basically, she's trying to find it's between two people. Her OnlyFans partner, which this is crazy, but her OnlyFans partner or Zion. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. Where is it? So this is the picture of the Zelle transfer that Zion Williamson sent her for whatever, for Lord knows what. And this is the kid that... Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know. I mean... Shit, it might be Zion's kid. I'm not gonna lie. It might be Zion's kid. Damn, it might be Zion's kid. Well, listen, man. The beginning of this season, right? Zion Williamson, the narrative surrounding Zion Williamson was, you know, I lost this weight. I'm gonna lock in. It's the new beginning, and it's nothing but injuries, you know, load management, time off, and OnlyFans BBLs. I just don't know. I just don't know, man. Hopefully, listen. Hopefully, this isn't Zion's kid, because the last thing he wants to do is be tied up with somebody like this. Her name is literally Dope Chick 69. Yeah. I'm going to go to the next topic. Okay. This is sad.
Sarah.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's sad. All right. Okay. All right. So there was let me see if I can find it. So we got that topic down. We did the Zion topic. All right, let's talk about DeAndre Ayton. So
Sarah.
I saw a report, and I don't know if it's credible, but I saw a report that said the Lakers don't view DeAndre Ayton as their center for the future. And there are a couple of reasons why I think that is. If that report is true. First is DeAndre Ayton had this narrative coming into even before going to Portland, because he went to Portland, then he went to the Lakers. And the narrative surrounding him was that he does not give any effort and he complains. And there's some damning evidence to support these claims because JJ Redick, let me go on X. JJ Redick came out and he benched DeAndre Ayton 2 times in a row. JJ benches Ayton. Now he benched them in the game last night. And he benched them in the game before it. I think it was against the Grizzlies, I believe. And what makes it worse is he came out after the game against the Grizzlies, I believe. And he seemingly called out Luka Doncic. Now, I posted this. Let me put it on Threads. Let me pull up Threads. I actually posted this on Threads, right? And it sort of kind of went up. It went up. Where is it? So I posted this on Threads the other day, where DeAndre Ayton basically says bigs can't feed themselves. Okay, I'll let you guys hear what he said.
You know, bigs can't feed themselves, and you know, I just try my best to do what I can, you know, to bring effort. And I trust my playmakers out there to find me. I mean, we're winning the.
Now, as you can see, this shit went up. 600,000 views, 500,000 views. It got a large reaction on the Threads page. Make sure y'all follow us on Threads, by the way. Appreciate the support. Trying to hit 7K followers on Threads, by the way. But he's definitely calling out Luka. Now, there were people who were like, he's not talking about Luka. He could be talking about anybody. Guys, he could be talking about LeBron too. But who was the main playmaker of the Lakers? Luka. Who's the point guard? Luka. Who has the highest usage rate? Luka. So these comments are directly to Luka Doncic. But the thing about DeAndre Ayton is this. Bro, you are the fifth option, if anything. Your job is to protect the paint, protect the rim, play defense, block shots, of course, that's with protecting the paint, and get rebounds. Now, social media is cooking you, bro. Check this out. Luka out-rebounds him almost every game. Get it off the glass, Kobe would say. Get it off the glass. He's literally here to rebound and play defense. We don't need him to average 20 a game. Luka Lively plus big, Luka Gafford plus big, Luka Ayton big baby, and I got there's some truth to what these people are saying because they didn't work in Phoenix. Now again, it still remains to be seen in La La Land, of course, but they didn't work in Phoenix. There were videos of him arguing with Ime Udoka. Let me see if I can find that. Not Ime Udoka, excuse me, I'm fucking tripping. Was it who's the coach of the Suns? Monty Williams. It's the lick, bro. It's the lick. Ayton, Monty Williams. Argument. And look at, you know what? I'm not even gonna check this out. Monty Williams benched DeAndre Ayton after he failed to finish the layup over Jamal Murray. There are posts out there. There's this narrative, and deservedly so, that Ayton is just not the guy, right? But I want to show you guys his argument with Monty Williams. See this? Check this out, guys.
Back in 2023, DeAndre Ayton had a very dramatic season in Phoenix. It started in the offseason when he said this after the Suns matched his Pacers offer.
I was happy. It was all done, I guess.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
With that in mind, Ayton didn't get along with his teammates. In a game against Washington, he got into it with Mikal Bridges. This came after a missed assignment, and Bridges had enough.
Talk about Taj Gibson coming up with big. Double tonight, 13.
As you heard, players didn't respect each other and Monty Williams had to intervene. Booker knew what kind of season this was going to be, and Aiden's attitude translated to the playoffs. In Game 5 against the Clippers, Aiden called out Booker for not rebounding. Just a play later, the Suns allowed another offensive rebound. The Clippers got another shot up.
So I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but you guys get it. So there's this narrative that DeAndre Ayton is just, he seems to be a crybaby, a complainer. And I have further evidence of this when JJ Redick came out saying that he benched Ayton, and he was also speaking about how Ayton has some frustrations because he isn't getting the ball as much. Which, bro, on a team with Luka and LeBron and Reeves, who's been having a pretty good solid season offensively, bro, get the rebound, bro. Nigga, you're not getting the ball. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a couple plays last night when they gave it to him in the post and he bricked it like point blank. And I'm like, this is why I don't give you the ball, nigga. Because you can't make the best of the opportunities that you're given. So just play a role, bro. Play a role. Let me see if I can find that clip for you, go. Was it a reel or was it a carousel post? Where is it? There we go. Post right here. So it says JJ Redick speaks on DeAndre Ayton. I think he's frustrated. He doesn't feel like he's getting the ball. Check this out, guys. Check this out.
Doesn't feel like he's getting the ball. There's some stuff I think we had to clean up versus the shock for him to just be more available. But I'd say it boils down to that. He's frustrated. Doesn't feel like he's getting the ball. There's some stuff.
So there you have it. He's frustrated. He thinks he's not getting the ball. But I want to show you guys a funny ass post that I saved from Threads, and it's funny how it just popped up on my feed, just popped up like perfectly, right? This is why JJ Redick benched DeAndre Ayton last night. Look at Marcus Smart. Well, this part wasn't. I don't think this is the exact reason he benched him, but this is an example of the effort DeAndre Ayton gives. This man has his hands on his knees, bro. Live ball situation. Marcus Smart got like 4 people on him, bro. And this is the shit that gets you benched. And this, like, the thing is, you can't give this type of effort and complain about not getting the ball. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. So, yeah, man. That's crazy. Yep. That's crazy. So DA, bro, just listen, bro. If you keep, bro, I'm not gonna lie. If DeAndre Ayton keeps up this sort of kind of energy and attitude, he better count his days, man. Because they will find your replacement, brother. They will find your replacement. DeAndre Ayton keeps. Trust me. Trust me. All right. Okay. Let me see if I can. Oh, guys. So, hold on. So the Oklahoma City Thunder went up against the Charlotte Hornets this past Monday. And boy, was it bad. It was so bad. Now, obviously, they got their ass blown out. You see the final score. But they were down by as much as 30 points. At the beginning of the fourth quarter. And I posted this shit and I was just like, yo. And I saw a post from the Hugo Black that really resonated with me. And he literally took the word. I guess you can say we basically had the same thought because the Oklahoma City Thunder are the champions. They're the defending champions, and deservedly so. But these guys, I mean, people were saying they're gonna possibly beat the Golden State Warriors 70+ win season, 70. They're gonna beat the 73-9 record. I was like, I don't think this Oklahoma City Thunder will beat that Golden State Warriors squad. That 2019 squad with Kevin Durant. No, in my opinion, the Warriors are mopping the floor with they're mopping the floor against this current OKC team. Okay, but a lot of people at the beginning of this season, particularly in NBA and NBA Twitter, NBA circles, the Oklahoma City Thunder was spoken. People spoke about this team like they were just like an undisputed, like unquestioned, like dynasty, and they're not. They're not. I don't think any team has been considered a dynasty without winning more than 2 chips. It starts with 2 chips. Then from there, the conversation begins. And I can't lie, the Oklahoma City Thunder, these guys were mopping the floor with everybody. But they were definitely humbled, and they've been on a downhill sort of kind of trend. I think they're 2-3 in their last 5 games, I believe, and since the new year, I believe, and of course this is a the regular season is a marathon, 82 games. And you obviously have to respect the opponent. But boy, did the Hornets expose the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I want to play a clip from SGA post game on him speaking about the loss. And I want you guys to let me know, is this cope? I personally don't think it's cope, but a lot of people, trolls on Twitter were like, damn, this is cope. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. There's just so much content on this shit. Oh, here we go. So he says it doesn't feel different than it did last year. Teams are good. Players are good in the NBA. It says the league and players are always getting better, and you got to grow with that, or you'll get left behind. We just had a bad string of games as of late. Now, you guys let me know if this is cope, okay? And,
as the defending champs, you're getting everybody's A game. Is there any sort of like mental toll of that, of every single night someone's, trying to prove a point, coming in and play you guys?
Sorry, one more time.
Just basically, as the reigning champs, everyone's giving you guys their A game. Is there any sort of like mental toll added to that, of you guys sort of having to respond to that, of everyone coming in trying to sort of like make a name for themselves?
Yeah, nah, not really. It doesn't feel different than it did last year. Like, teams are good, players are good in the NBA. The league and players are always getting better, just like how us as a group have gotten better. And you got to grow with that, or you'll get left behind. But yeah, it doesn't feel any different than it has before. We just have a bad string of games as a league.
As the defending champs, you're getting...
So that's SGA. Now, listen, I'm not sitting here saying that the Oklahoma City Thunder is, they're frauds. They're the defending champions. And it's expected for them to go back to the finals. But one of the main things I can say about this team is that they're a well-oiled machine. But I want to show you guys what the Hugo Black said, okay? The Hugo Black. Shout out to the Hugo Black, man. He explained perfectly what I think people should relax. Just let the season play out and see what happens to the playoffs start. Let me see. So it says here, I don't know who this guy is, but he says the fact, I hate when the screen does that, my bad, y'all. It says the fact that y'all was calling OKC an unbeatable super team and said everyone should just give up for the next 2 years was for real nuts. If Shai not playing like MJ, that team is no better than the Pistons. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is casual talk, and the reason why it's casual talk is because the Oklahoma City Thunder is a complete team. They have a bench. They have bigs, and what the main thing I think that a lot of people underestimate, and I guess you could say undervalue, is point of attack defenders. Lou Dort, and let me actually go to the, because I want to make sure I named the correct person. OKC roster. Lou Dort, and again, Jalen Williams, he's a great defender too. But, you know, Lou Dort and who's the other guy? What's his name? Fuck. He's the guy with dress. I forgot his name. You know, let me not complicate it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The fact of the matter is, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're a complete team. They're a complete team. They have everything. So I think this is a bit casual talk. But to the main point where Hugo Black says, is it time to admit that the OKC hype train officially ran off the tracks? People were actually saying this team would breeze past the Warriors' 73-win record like it was nothing. Now they lost 6 of their last 12. Didn't know that. I thought it was 3 of the last 5. I don't know. But still, 6 of the last 12. And the unbeatable super team looks incredibly human. The truth is, if Shai isn't playing like prime Michael Jordan every single night, this roster isn't much better than the Pistons, which I don't agree with. Don't get me wrong. I still think they are the best team. And granted, when I say I don't agree with it, I understand that Shai is obviously the focal point and the biggest reason why this team is great. But again, like I said, this team has depth and they also have some great young players. So I'm not sitting here saying that, you know, it's just that I just feel like this isn't like the Bucks where if Giannis leaves, you know, it's just my opinion. But it says, don't get me wrong, I still think they are the best team in the West, but the margin is paper thin now. Any of the top 3 or 4 teams in the conference could realistically make it out depending on the playoff matchups. Was the NBA media just bored, or did we really fall for the most overrated regular season star in recent history? Let me know in the comments, are they still the clear favorites? Now, granted, and this is funny how somebody commented, how the Pistons catch a straight, because the Pistons are currently, where are they? They're currently number 1 in the East. So, can't really talk shit about the Pistons. The Pistons, who were once the worst team in the league, are now the best team in the East. Potentially in the league, potentially. Now, again, I don't agree with everything that Hugo Black said, but you guys get the point. Let's relax. This is a tough Western Conference. In my opinion, outside of Jokic having that injury, I think the Nuggets are the biggest threat to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the simple fact that they match up well. And Jokic is just fucking unstoppable. So we'll see what comes out of that, but just wanted to share that with you guys. But there was actually no, I wanted to play something else. There was something that I saw where I think it was Gil's Arena, where they basically
had this infamous.
They were actually talking about see if I can find it. Oh, where is it? It says the NBA has figured out the OKC Thunder. Take us out, like it goes.
Question for the couch: how big of a deal is the Thunder going 6-6 in their last 12 games? 6-6 also matches the Wizards' mark for their last 12 games. For anybody who is interested and curious, it's only a 12-game stretch.
Come on, man.
I think the beginning of their season was kind of not easy because everyone's professionals, but they didn't have the toughest schedule.
Well, in fact, they had
again, Lexi?
the least toughest schedule.
Yeah, their schedule early was
the schedule. You think it was a schedule?
Yeah.
That's just interesting.
Was it the schedule?
You're a professional athlete.
What was the second part of your statement that you made?
What, that everyone's a pro?
Yeah, but they still need to be a team, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what was the first part? Out, right?
Now they have an easier schedule, which is why I'm like, everyone doesn't need to overreact right now.
Ah.
They're fine.
Ah.
But, yeah.
Let me introduce you to
Oh,
the
God.
book. This is
Yo, you have a notebook now, too?
yes. It's either a notebook, it's a cookbook, or it can be the book of Eli.
Is there anything actually written in it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there is.
Or is this for fun?
I'm gonna skip it a little bit because they're kind of rambling. I want to get to the point where they talk about OKC.
Oh, you said that
It started before they were 24-1.
Josiah verified that 30-7. Hey, man.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna bring the book
But
every time you fuck it up.
no need to panic. They don't lose by 20, and then they.
He said it.
It was
He
that
said,
day. It was that morning, right? And then they played the Spurs and lost by 20.
Man,
they don't ever lose. They don't be losing by 20.
Nobody ever blow them out.
And then that night they got blown out.
20. Yeah, lost
So
by
you
20.
started this.
No, but look, I was on a team on the Lakers and we beat the fucking KD Warriors. I was on one of the worst teams that happened. And KD ain't done won the whole championship. You can't.
I mean, yeah, Swaggy makes a fair point. You know, obviously this Hornets and Oklahoma City Thunder game was a fluke. It was clearly a fluke. Like, I don't think we're gonna see the Oklahoma City Thunder down 30 to the Hornets again, because there has to be a sense of pride. But you know, it's still kind of crazy to see, when you see the Oklahoma City Thunder down 30. You're going viral for that. You are.
People are good. It's Melo on that team. That new whatever the white boy.
They shouldn't have lost.
Yeah,
They got exposed by the white boy.
No, it's a swamp.
I do think that them losing to the Spurs 3 in a row. Yeah, and everyone's kind of like,
a lot.
okay.
And I'm gonna go on a limb and say this. Listen, I think their best player being SJ. I like him a lot, but I just think it's something about like Canada or Toronto players.
Damn, man, Toronto getting astray.
Like I feel like, no, I swear to God, I feel like once you get up in them and you physical, and once you figure them out, like they come off as cool, calm, like, you know, he's soft spoken.
Well, Canada as a whole, I think Toronto's a city in Canada.
Because he doesn't want to really, you know, get into a battle. But once you push that to the edge with him, I think he gonna back down.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, and I think the Pacers and I think but I think the Pacers really exposed that last year, and I think now that with the Spurs doing that, their best player, like SJ, he's going to get his, but I think everybody else around them, it's like the Kendrick and Drake beef. Like once you boom one of them, it's going to be it's like, yeah, they're going to lay down. That's just me though. That's just me looking at what I think going to happen in the future.
Mr. B, international conflict. We already have a situation in Venezuela. Now we have added Canada to the mix.
The Spurs, when I saw how they hit the OKC Thunder, and I said their best player, I said, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like the Spurs just get up for OKC. Like Wemby, he hates them. He hates OKC. Let me tell you why I think that. And again, like I said, you have to, like, this is the NBA, bro. These are professional basketball players. You know what I'm saying? But guys, hold on. Guys, the Spurs lost back-to-back games. To who? To the Spurs and to the Grizzlies. So again, it can happen to anybody, right? But you can't sit here and tell me that the Spurs don't get up specifically when they see OKC on the calendar. They do. You could see it in their energy. You really can see it. So, yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to recover from
Let me ask y'all this. So when you talk about, not only we talk hoop, but we talk about the NBA grind. Second half of the season.
Long season.
The back-to-backs. What happened in the first 25 games that they had the more leniency to use with their advantage, which was rested legs, not playing against teams that were that formidable, and they was SGA sitting out in 4 quarters.
Yeah, he was.
All right. So now what's happening? Hey, we pushing y'all not only to the limit, y'all down in the first half, y'all got to fight back. You got back-to-backs against good teams that are now seeing we can do this against y'all and make it tough for y'all. Before it wasn't that. We was looking at them like, yo, they on a roll. And how we gonna stop them? Now they done lost 7. The record is 9.
Oh yeah, it's over.
Oh yeah, they're not breaking that.
But we felt good about it. We felt good about it. But now for SGA as a leader,
2-3 more games.
he has to now recalibrate like the messaging to the troops. He can't go out there and just be like, we just had a bad few string of games.
You know what it is?
Because we got a target on y'all now.
Yeah,
I gotta see something else now.
I could understand where Rashard's coming from. Like I said, bro, people are talking to the OKC, like talking about OKC like they're just some unbeatable squad. And I mean, these past couple of weeks have shown the league, at least everybody, all over, that they can be beat. They can be beat. But like I said, it's the 82 game season. It's a marathon, and we'll see what happens. This again, like I'm not gonna like take this too seriously. Again, it can happen to anybody. I just showed you that the Spurs lost 2 in a row to, come on, these teams are garbage. Come on, Trailblazers, Grizzlies, as much as I respect Ja, come on, man, come on.
There.
So Trae Young is looking like he's unbothered. So I posted the other day that he looked in high spirits in the Hawks locker room, especially after the reports coming out that him and his representation with the Hawks are working to ship him out of town.
Welcome back. Well, just moments before Hawks head coach Quinn Snyder's pregame availability, news breaking that Trae Young and his agents are working with the franchise on a trade. I asked Snyder about that. Welcome back.
Yep. So as y'all know, Trae Young Trae Young and his time with the Atlanta Hawks is unfortunately coming to an end. Not unfortunately, but it's coming to an end, because I'm pretty sure he's like, you know what, you guys don't want me? Fuck it, I'll go somewhere else and chuck up shots. Now, I've been covering Trae Young for the past, I guess you can say, since the beginning of the season, actually, because when the report started to come out saying that he and the Hawks did not come to terms on a contract extension, that's when the alarm started to ring around the league that they may be thinking about shipping him out. Now, report came out from Shams Charania that, and again, there were a bunch of teams in the fold. You had the Sacramento Kings, you had the Houston Rockets, which I thought would be a pretty good thing, given the fact that I think the Houston Rockets are a point guard away from winning the championship. But nonetheless, report came out from Shams Charania that the Washington Wizards is Trae Young's top desired destination.
Malika, Trae Young.
What are you hearing today about Trae's preferred trade destination here?
Malika, Trae Young, the 4-time NBA All-Star guard, has the Washington Wizards as his top preferred trade destination. Sources tell me his agents and the Hawks are collaborating on figuring out a trade landing spot. And in the nation's capital, Trae Young would give the Wizards a lead guard for the future. They've got young players. Clearly, they've been rebuilding, but they've got young players that he could build with. And there are relationships that Trae Young has throughout the Wizards organization, specifically with their executive, Travis Schlenk, who drafted Young number 5 overall in the 2018 NBA draft. And so the Hawks now have 3 different paths. One being trading Trae Young by the trade deadline next month. The second path is seeing Trae Young, whether he opts in or opts out of that $49 million player option for next season. If he opts in, he's an expiring contract. If he opts out, that gives the Hawks about $40 million in cap space. So there is traction on a deal. A few days ago, it was agents and players and teams talking, but now there is traction in these trade conversations and his eventual exit out of Atlanta.
Yep. So you heard what Shams had to say. Now, here are my thoughts on him, the Wizards being his top destination. Trae Young is smart. He's smart. And it makes sense though. It makes sense from a business standpoint, and from a I guess you can say a personal standpoint for him, because the Wizards really have no choice, right? Now, granted, they have a very young squad, very talented young squad, and I think Trae Young is looking at that squad and thinking, I could build something with this. They need a lead guard, and he's clearly going to get a max. Trae Young is going to the place where he's guaranteed to get max dollars, and with the Wizards, he's literally going to get max dollars. They literally have no fucking choice. They have to give him the max, right? So I think this is a smart thing for Trae Young, and we'll see what happens, man. You got Alex Sarr out there. I'm be honest with you guys, I really don't know. Is CJ McCollum still on that squad? I don't fucking know. I don't know nothing about the Wizards. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I know who's on that squad. I don't, other than Alex Sarr. I can't think of anybody else. I'm be honest with you guys. I'm being real. But we'll see what makes out of that. We'll see what comes out of that. I kind of want to talk about Rich Paul low key. I'm not gonna lie, I want to talk about Rich Paul because Rich Paul has been on a generational podcast run, bro. He's been everywhere. I saw a couple clips. He was talking about LeBron. His, he spoke about how well, actually, he was on Fat Joe's podcast, and he was trying to defend LeBron. And Fat Joe wasn't having that shit. Well, when I say defend LeBron, it was like an MJ LeBron type of shit. And Fat Joe was like, bro, let's kick it off with that. Let's kick it off with that. So, and I don't think I have the clip, but I can find it, of course. That's what we do here. But it says here, right? It says, Fat Joe tells Rich Paul the only reason he calls LeBron James the GOAT is because LeBron keeps him paid. Oh, shit. Oh. Then he reality checks him hard. Fat Joe goes a step further by breaking down his GOAT elevator. This is Fat Joe speaking, guys. Michael Jordan is on the top of the floor. Kobe Bryant is right below him. LeBron James sits on the third floor. All of it went down on the Joe and Jada podcast, and it wasn't jokes anymore. Just truth hitting hard and pouring even more fuel on the never-ending GOAT debate. Let's get on X. Let's see if we can find this shit, y'all. You know what we do. Fat Joe, Rich Paul. Oh yeah, bro. I fuck with not Instagram. I fuck with X, bro. Easy.
MJ, LeBron James. Who's the GOAT?
Here we go. I'm so tired of this conversation.
No, this ain't a tired conversation.
How do we get here?
How do we even
Hey, people saying Rich Paul tired of it because he know LeBron ain't the GOAT. I don't know.
Get here, Joe.
He suckered you in. He suckered you in. Him. He lined you up.
Man.
No, I'm here to
tell you
so
something.
you don't have to say this crazy shit ever.
Well, I don't gotta say this shit. Who's the GOAT? Rich boy, you're here. Who's the GOAT? The mistake. He don't believe me. I'm outside. Maybe I'm talking to some other guys. When we get to the Jordan talk, they used to call fouls. He used to play against white guys, Stockton.
It's a religious argument depending on the
you
age
got the
group
white guys
who you talking
busting everybody's ass right now. So what I'm trying to say is, who's the GOAT? That's all I'm saying. Can I get you on record? Is LeBron James, because you said for the last 20...
Hey, this nigga, Fat Joe funny, but Fat Joe know how to make content. He knew this shit was gonna go viral.
23 years, he could be number one in every position.
I'm gonna say what I always said.
Are you gonna say he's better than Michael Jordan?
I'm gonna say what I always said to this, Joe.
I would say Rich Play is the best coach in the universe.
Now, I'm gonna say that for my show, but this is what I'm gonna tell you on your show.
That for your show. That's bullshit.
This is what I'm gonna tell you on your show. This is what I'm gonna tell you on your show. You judge guys by what? The rooms that you in, right? Who come in the rooms that Joe's in? You don't let anybody in the rooms that you go into,
That's
right?
That's a super fact. But LeBron James is
But let
the
me
man.
ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, Joe. Since you ain't paying me my publisher, I got nothing, whatever. But long story. But listen to this. What room can Mike go in that LeBron can't?
Listen.
I'm saying, and by the way,
I don't think you want the answer to
yes,
that.
I do. I want.
I'm gonna stop.
Yo, that's it.
I'm not gonna pause it. My bad.
Jay, man, this is a different type of.
But here's what I'm saying. I'm asking you.
Huh?
See, until we get to
I'm not saying that.
And I say that respectfully, though. That's not a
respectfully. Answer the question respectfully.
Ask the question.
Who's had sneakers selling for 30 years?
Listen, man, no one
than ever.
He keep jumping for.
Damn, bro. Rich Paul. I never seen Rich Paul like this, bro.
I'm telling you,
I'm
what you asking me? He's talking.
That nigga jumping out his seat.
You got flags and balls on my mouth.
Yo, Jada, he's talking about rooms.
Well, you're not answering the question.
I was a baby when Jordans came out. You can't get
that Space Jam man was
baby.
number 2. Jordan was the number
just
1.
Yeah, but you can't. Not sneakers.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You can't. It's not fair to even say that.
You think LeBron is better than Michael Jordan?
He talking to him.
We on our show. We on our show. You think LeBron is better than Michael Jordan?
What are you talking
That's
about?
crazy. You. That's fucking
like the
nuts.
way he just said it.
I just
what
asked.
room
No,
can he
you
go
to say
with?
it now.
He asked
Now
you to
you say it.
But why is Fat Joe surprised? Nigga, this is LeBron's agent. Of course you gonna think he better than Jordan. The fuck?
Think he
You
can go
say-
in any room that he can
You
go.
think that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan?
He
Put it this
asked you
way.
what room
If you
can
on
he
the-
go
if
in
you-
somewhere
if-
that he
if-
can't go in?
If you're on the basketball greatness elevator
Hey man, make sure y'all drop a like on this live stream, bro. I appreciate the support.
and you get on and there's key access.
No, LeBron
You
is
know,
there.
What
He's
floor
third.
can he
He's
go
third.
to?
In my
It's the same
category,
thing
he's
like the
third.
list.
In my category, it opens up. Michael Jordan goes in. Then it actually goes up one flight before LeBron's, and Kobe walks in. And then it goes up one flight, and LeBron walks in. That's how I do it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's your
Okay.
opinion.
That's how you
He's
feel.
looking at me like I'm dizzy.
Yeah.
Nah, Rich Paul ain't fucking with that. LeBron's his GOAT. Point blank period.
Your
Nobody-
opinion.
He's
Nobody-
looking at me like, I know that's your
Bugging.
bread and butter. You got to protect
Put it this
it.
way. Let me do it another way. No, it's not my bread and butter. I built a real business. A real business.
No, you
Several.
got
Talk
real
slow.
business. No.
No.
So the elevator don't stop for you the same way it stops for me. In the GOAT, you said if they get in the GOAT, he's
No,
in the
what I was
elevator.
going to
He's
say to
in
you
the
is,
elevator.
what I'm going to say to you is, I'm talking about to the top floor. There's a key that takes you all the way up to the top floor. Kobe's go there, LeBron's go there, Mike, they all go to that floor.
Yeah.
You're not going to get access denied.
Yo, Rich, let me tell you something. Max Kellerman, I tried to sign him.
So that was a funny sequence, but I obviously, I'll be honest with you. I've never seen Rich Paul. Rich Paul is normally a calm, he portrays himself as just, very calm, cool, collected guy. But I ain't gonna lie, Fat Joe sort of kind of got him out of character. Let me know what y'all think about that though, bro. That shit's hilarious. But I wanna transition, and we're still gonna be on Rich Paul. The fuck? Is this something else? Hold on. Let's react to this. So it says Rich Paul believes James Harden would have had 3 rings if he played with LeBron. I'm telling y'all, Rich Paul is on a generational podcast run. Let's get it.
Constructed. Or saying that. Everyone keeps saying that. But
I said all this about Harden at the time. And then that came to pass.
So
it's a shame. You don't want that for the player. You want the player to shine.
So let me ask you this question. If you're saying this is James Harden 2.0,
yeah,
you know what I would do? I would go back and I would look at how a team was constructed around James Harden. And I would look at my current team. I can almost guarantee you there was no LeBron James on that team with James Harden. Because if it was, he would have 3 rings.
Yeah, could
I
be.
can guarantee you that. That's number 1. Number 2.
Well, if he had LeBron in his prime, they'd win every year.
Well, number 2, I don't know if there was a player as good as Austin Reeves has become also with James Harden.
CP3.
Okay, yeah. CP was great. Yeah, okay. Fair. Yeah. Okay, so you
I'm
have
saying
2.
he had plenty of bites at the apple. He was on plenty of good teams.
you have
I'm not
2
gonna lie. Hey, oh shit, I just fucked up. I fucked
the
up.
3.
I'm not gonna lie. I could sort of kind of see what I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I disagree with, and this is gonna be like so off topic, but it's still relating to Max Kellerman. You see how Rich Paul made his point about I don't think there's anybody as good as LeBron, whatever, right? And he said Max Kellerman quickly thought of a player, CP3. That's exactly why. And I'm not gonna lie, Max Kellerman made Rich Paul look stupid just there, like just now. But I can see why Stephen A was like, bro, this guy's so fucking smart, bro. Like he just keeps.
He had a lob threat.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
And Clinton Capella.
Good team, man.
He had Trevor at that time was still strong.
Yes.
Yeah. But then Pat Bev.
Yes, he had a lot. And by the way, he went far. And if not for the worst shooting performance ever, not just by him, by the whole team, so they get to a finals and probably win.
The only
but
thing
they didn't.
The only thing he didn't have was a bona fide franchise guy that was on an equal playing field as he was, right? But he probably had.
Once he left the Thunder,
you're saying he had a better. You saying he had a just as good.
It
if
was
not
a well-constructed
supporting
team.
cast.
It was it's who you would put around him.
But he also ran up against.
But when you're that dude, they run up against you, not vice versa. Everyone can cry. Well, this one would have won a championship if not for Jordan.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't have to say that? Jordan, because he's that dude. So if James Harden is like that, then they would have won championship.
Generational run. But there is so he came out. So Rich Paul came out, right? So Rich Paul was basically defending this narrative that Clutch Sports, which is his agency company, this narrative that Clutch Sports controls the Lakers organization. And I posted a clip of it. So he basically came out. I think he was speaking with Max Kellerman. We just saw him with Max Kellerman on a previous topic, but he was speaking about this narrative, and he basically said that the Lakers don't run. His agency doesn't run the Lakers. Okay, check this out.
I see people say, they don't run the Lakers. We never ran the Lakers. That was never a thing. By the way, if I ran the Lakers, I would have been a part of the deal and got some and got some of that moolah, right? So I think people just say things just to say it on most platforms.
No, I understand why people think that, Rich. I understand why, because if you were the Lakers at the time LeBron got there, it would make a lot of sense. I used to say this on TV. When the Lakers would push back, I used to say, guys, if I'm running, I used to say it on the radio in LA, if I'm running the Lakers and I think that Clutch can help bring LeBron here, give them what they want.
No, but see,
but it makes sense from a distance.
I understand what you're saying, but the reality of it is, people are more concerned about everything else than an actual partnership. And I have a great relationship, and we had and continue to have a great partnership with the Lakers, but it's not like what you would think.
Right, you're not calling the shots.
And by the way, I don't want that responsibility.
Sure.
Now, for someone in my position, I look at myself as a partner to all teams that I have. It's like playing Monopoly. You land on Boardwalk, you land on Park Place, you want to put a hotel on it, right? And so
he starts rambling and shit, basically, but the main point is that he's defending the fact that, and saying that they don't run the Lakers. It's not a thing. Well, Rich Paul comes out, right? And I don't think what came out sort of kind of defends what he said, because if anything, this sort of kind of points to the fact that maybe y'all already do run the Lakers, right? And I'm not trolling. This is what he said, right? Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Nah, Legion. I think Legion. Damn, Legion was dropping. Perfect. Here we go. So it says Rich Paul, right? It says Rich Paul says he gave LeBron coaching advice. Think about this. This is the same guy that says Clutch Sports doesn't run the Lakers, right? But then it comes out and says that he gave LeBron coaching advice during a recent game, and the Lakers actually ran it. Now, I'm not saying that this is the reason why. This points to why, I'm not saying that this proves, they, call the shots, but we know how NBA Twitter is. We know how trolls are. This is not going to help. It's not.
It shows that frustration. I'm sitting there watching. I'm saying, okay. So in the game, I saw some stuff, and when I catch eye contact with my guys, if they have an opportunity, they'll come over. So Brian came over, and I was talking to him about what I saw, and I was like, do you see the same thing? And I was like, you catching the ball here with a live dribble, being able to bring over 2, because they're going to bring over 2, it takes Luka off the ball for a second, but what it does is it gets him, because Luka's shot, he likes to be in his rhythm on the step back, but he also has the ability to really catch and shoot where he's square, and it's just, it's doing 2 things. It's getting him a better shot, Luka, and it's also simplifying the offense for everyone else.
And by the way, his shooting percentage, especially from outside, would be much better if he didn't always have to create his own shot.
Yeah, but again, my thing is, because it happened last night, you get him a couple of those. Now because he hit a big catch and shoot 3, but then he came down, it wasn't the next possession, it was the possession after that, and he hit the step back 3 on the right wing because he's already in rhythm. And Luka's a rhythm.
He's warm.
Yeah, when he's doing that, he's a rhythm guy. And then we talked about, I said with 4 minutes to go, I like you and Luka in the pick and roll. And he was like, you talking about, I was saying I like y'all in the pick and roll, and he was like, you like who? 5? Talking about 8. And I was like, no, I like 77. You and 77 in the pick and roll. So if you watch the end of that game, on the left side, they were really running a ball screen.
I mean, Rich Paul sounds so proud of this. I told LeBron, I gave him my thoughts, and the Lakers actually ran that shit.
And LeBron was setting it, but he was kind of like, he was setting it, but he was really only setting it just enough to be able to get the switch with Jaylen Wells. And then once he gets that, now the defense has to shift. So we were talking about
I like the idea.
Yeah, man. So there's that. So listen, Rich Paul, bro, you can't come out and say that you guys don't run the Lakers, and you come out and say that, and then come out and say people are gonna show you, bro. So just a heads up, bro. That's the internet. That's the internet. So yeah, man. Damn, we're already an hour in. So we're an hour in, and I still got like 4 fucking I have more than 4 topics to talk about. All right, I think this is a topic you guys would like. So Draymond recently came out. Draymond recently came out and spoke about basically he spoke about how refs allow teams to foul Steph Curry. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Some of the stuff I found, it's pretty evident that Steph Curry has one of the worst whistles in the league. Check this
Because
out.
what I can tell you is, throughout the course of games, referees don't always call a foul just because it's a foul if it's not really affecting the play. They don't always call that. So in that situation, I would just think like, oh man, there'd be a little more feel to it, to where like, I don't know if you called that call right then. And then the frustration builds because we watch Steph Curry, and I say we, I mean the world of basketball, kind of watches Steph Curry get mauled every game, like grabbed, held, scarred up. That man got Wolverine scars on his neck, and all we watch him get mauled every game. And quite honestly, if I'm these teams, I just grab them too. And I grab them every play because they're not going to call it. Like it just won't be called every play. You think like,
I mean, shit. If you're not gonna call it, might as well keep doing it, right?
Like, yo, y'all keep grabbing them, I'm gonna call it. Y'all will stop. Because what we talk in the NBA is freedom of movement. But Steph Curry does not get freedom of movement. Like, he get grabbed, and he stopped, and he tried to take off, run again, he grabbed, he stopped. And sometimes he'll finally get the call. Sometimes he just run through it. And you ask yourself the question, does his lack of saying things to the referee affect the whistle that he doesn't get? I think so.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Well, I'm not going to lie. That's a good point because Curry isn't known as a player who, constantly goes to the refs, like, the Lukas of the world, the LeBrons of the world. He doesn't really complain to the refs like that. So
I am someone who's going to stand up for myself. Not that Steph isn't someone that's going to stand up for himself. He just doesn't on the court from a referee perspective. But I do think it ultimately affects him. Yet and still, I think we all want to be like Steph Curry when it comes to that. But I do think ultimately him not saying much to the referees, they call less. And yet that's who we would all want to be, is to have that reaction that he has. But they call less. I think I get a better whistle than Steph.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, there is some truth to what Draymond is saying because I went on best crosses, right? And man, they put out a hit piece on some of the fouls that go uncalled for Steph Curry. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy. Check this out. Look at how they grab this guy.
Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul. Come on. You got crushed. Why?
Y'all see this shit? By the way, they didn't call a foul on this play.
And out of all the superstars in the sport, the fact, but it still seemed like a lot of contact. Why? Yeah, that's a foul. That's a foul. Come on. You got crushed. Why?
I'm not going to lie. Steph Curry might have the worst whistle in the league. I'm not going to lie. So there's some truth to what Draymond is saying, and hopefully the refs see this and think, damn, we fucking tripping. So we'll see what happens. Crazy. All right, what else I got on the list? I think I'm gonna call it a night, man. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I ain't gonna lie. Let me do one more topic. Fuck it, we do one more topic. I'm gonna do one more topic. I'll do one more topic. I gotta find a good one though. Oh, perfect. So Iman Shumpert, right? He came out, and I don't know the exact name of the podcast that he was on, but he came out and said that, and I wanted to get your guys' reaction on this, and I'll obviously react to it as well. He basically explained why James Harden is harder to guard than Steph Curry. Check this out.
You played against Steph a lot. And I was talking to, I think it was Julius Randle, and he was saying like Steph is like the hardest. This is like probably like 4 years ago. I think he was on the Knicks at the time, but he was saying Steph is the hardest person to like game plan against, or to like, you don't think so?
I think James Harden's the worst game plan. Steph is dangerous, but Steph forces you to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Which is the same thing with James. It's just James is forcing the issue with the ball, and he can shoot the three. But it's like it's way more searching for like Steph Curry has no interest in shooting a free throw. Well, at least that's what it seems like when you play against him. He'll make every free throw, but he has no interest in, he fouled me, ref.
Right.
Steph don't play like that.
Like Steph will try and make a hard move, and it's just a lot of contact. He'll sell because it's like he's smaller than us. But Steph is trying to bury you from over there. He don't care to do that. James missed one from over there. The next time, oh, he fouled me.
Yeah.
Oh, he fouled me. Oh, the big fouled me too. Now the big got to sit down. Now I don't have a shot blocker. Now you really could go and shoot that little floater. You got the nerve to have a floater. The fucking nerve of you, James. This nigga has a floater.
So when he first started doing that step back, you were in the league. What were you doing? Because you
got to keep your head out of kicking job. That was the thing. Don't foul. Can you not foul him? And sometimes it just pisses you off. Like, you know it's coming. You just like, fuck it, let me get my money's worth.
Because the fact that people were playing behind him, that was ridiculous.
That was the weirdest shit I
That
ever
was
seen.
ridiculous. Like,
but it's like, no more step backs. Go downhill and be athletic at the rim with our shot blocker. But now our shot blocker knows you're coming. We're going to go and get your pass that you're going to make, and you're going to have to deal with a contest. So it's like either be an all-star dunker, or I get the strategy. It just didn't work for not long enough. Only time shit worked, I don't know what happens in the playoffs of why everybody could figure him out, but it's like once they stop giving him that random whistle, because he get 2 of those a game, but if he get them 2 early and your best defender sit down, whole game changes.
Yeah.
He get 2 on your big, that's a shot blocker, whole game changes. That people, they like, man, so what, man, don't foul. It's like, bro, do you realize how important these 2 fouls are that he just got called? Like, we not getting text with the ref for no reason. That just fucked up our whole game plan. Because they just called some bullshit that ain't even a basketball motion. He not even trying to score. He just trying to get a foul or just take a dribble and do this and hook your arm. I'm like, nigga, I need that. Like, bro, he hooked my arm. I'm looking at the ref like, bro, if my shoulder pop out, me and James gonna fight. You know that, right? I'm telling James, he's like, come on, Shump, come on, Shump. Oh, come on, I'm James. My shoulder.
Yeah, so you heard what Shump had to say. And I'm not gonna lie, man, Shump is a very great storyteller. Like, he's very animated, the way he talked, the way he, like, I guess you could say speaks. It's very funny. It's hilarious. But I have to disagree with Shumford here, because I'm picking the guy that gets guarded like this. Right? I'm picking the guy that teams guard like that. The guy that
The fact, but it still seemed like a lot of contact. Why? Yeah.
the guy that most people say is the hardest bunch of teams say, and this is like the consensus around the league, that Curry is one of the hardest people to game plan against. And it's particularly because now obviously the Warriors are not as good as a team as they are now, but Curry's movement off the ball is so deadly because it basically opens the floodgates for everybody else. And I think the fact that you got to understand, Curry's conditioning is top notch. And that scares defenses. And the fact that he's able, and the fact that he's a threat from the like the second he steps foot past half court, it strikes fear in the opponent. Now, Prime Harden is not to be disrespected. Prime Harden was scary. The 50-point games, the step backs, the unstoppable, the crossovers, the unstoppable game, But there's a reason, and I hate to be the one to say this, but there's a reason James Harden hasn't won a chip yet. Like Shumpert said, they figured him out in the playoffs. So I don't think the guy that got figured out, that teams figured out in the playoffs, is harder to guard than. Right? So I fuck with Shump. But yeah, man. But that's the stream, guys. We are an hour and 22 minutes in approximately. Listen, I appreciate the support. If you are currently watching the stream, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Twitter. Follow me on Bebot Unlocked on Instagram, and follow me on. You can also follow the Bebot Unlocked HQ for Reels content, not Reels, but Shorts content. We are approaching 10 million views on that page, so if you want, as a matter of fact, let me put it up. Y'all fuck with Bebot Unlocked HQ, man. This is my OG channel. This is my OG channel. Where we post majority shorts. So if you guys are interested in, you know, consuming shorts content, you can follow me. You can follow me at bball unlocked HQ, where we post podcasts, you know, NBA player podcasts, sports podcasts, clips, and obviously we cover some of the highlights that happens in the association. So again, I appreciate the support, guys. If you're watching this video, this live stream, make sure you drop a like on the live stream, and I will see you